The US dollar has dominated global trade for decades, but is that dominance under threat? BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are strategizing to create a new global currency. What does this mean for the dollar, for global trade, and for geopolitics? Let's break it down. At the heart of this discussion is BRICS's plan for a new, shared currency aimed at reducing dependency on the dollar. The proposal would allow these countries to trade among themselves using a unified currency backed by gold or other reserves. The idea isn't just about economics, it's a statement against US-dominated financial systems like SWIFT. Together, BRICS nations account for about 31.5% of global GDP, more than the G7. If they succeed in rolling out a currency, it could reshape how countries trade globally. China has already been working to chip away at the dollar's influence. Its Belt and Road Initiative and bilateral trade agreements increasingly use the yuan. By promoting the yuan in global trade, China aims to weaken the dollar's role as the world's reserve currency. China has signed UN settlement agreements with over 40 countries, and some nations, like Argentina, are now paying for imports in yuan instead of dollars. For countries under US sanctions like Russia and Iran, bypassing the dollar is a lifeline. Iran, for example, has partnered with Russia to trade oil in alternative currencies, including gold. These nations are even exploring blockchain-based currencies to further avoid the US-dominated financial system. If BRICS succeeds, it could provide an institutional platform for sanctioned countries to trade without fear of American interference. The United States isn't taking this lightly. The newly elected President Donald Trump has already floated the idea of imposing tariffs on BRICS countries to counter their currency plans. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve has warned of economic consequences if the dollar's dominance wanes. Despite these challenges, the US dollar still accounts for nearly 60% of global reserves. But even a small shift in global trade currencies could have ripple effects for the American economy. But it's not all smooth sailing for BRICS. A common currency requires significant trust and coordination, which isn't easy among countries with different economic systems and goals. India and Brazil, for example, remain cautious about a shared currency, focusing instead on strengthening their own economies. The big question remains, can BRICS dethrone the dollar? Experts suggest it's unlikely in the near future. The dollar is deeply entrenched in global trade, debt markets, and even the psychology of international finance. However, these moves by BRICS, China, and other players signal a clear intention to build a multipolar financial world. Even if the dollar remains dominant, its grip on global trade could loosen over time. While the US dollar isn't going anywhere just yet, BRICS's ambitions show that the global financial system is evolving. Whether this leads to a more balanced world or more economic fragmentation is something we'll watch unfold. Subscribe to Beyond Geopolitics for insights into how these shifts impact our world. Let us know in the comments. Do you think BRICS can challenge the dollar? See you in the next video.